Project Appleseed, an organization that has grown in a few short years from a single event to a nationwide rifle marksmanship program that will see over 40,000 shooters this year alone. It's much more than just a day or two at the range. Led by a dedicated cadre of instructors, Project Appleseed seeks to revive the heritage of our founders and cast a vision for the future of America. My name is Jonathan Bartlett. I've been an instructor with Appleseed for the past 3 years. As coordinator for North Dakota, I'm responsible for organizing events across the state. This time, I'm hoping to schedule a one-day event several months from now at the Minot Rifle and Pistol Club's indoor range. Thankfully, I've been here several times before and the club is already familiar with Appleseed. It just takes some planning to make sure we don't overlap the club's already busy schedule. For me, this Appleseed is an adventure just beginning. Preparing for an event is important for instructors. I always like to review my history books beforehand, keeping detailed notes. Reading about the men of 1775 never seems to grow old. Practicing the lectures helps ensure they are delivered with depth and passion. We want every attendee to appreciate the sacrifices of our founders. We want them to be convicted of their apathy and leave inspired to become leaders themselves. Careful packing is necessary to make sure everything's organized at the event. UPS delivered the supply box already, so I have pretty much everything except for a couple items I'll pick up when I get to Minot. I'm thankful my family is willing to keep track of the farm while I'm gone. Without their support, I wouldn't be going anywhere anytime soon. And then I'm off on the adventure. I never really know quite what to expect, but at any rate, it's always a good experience. My plan is to stay in Minot for the night, so I'm ready bright and early in the morning. Hopefully I can find a good place to park before dark. It's 7 a.m. Saturday morning. After pondering the biblical history of Jehoiada's overthrow of the tyrant Athaliah, I make a quick stop at the store to purchase some foam pads. They work great for custom-fitting shooter's rifles, and I always try to bring some with me. I'm thankful now we didn't reserve the outdoor range for this Appleseed, because last night's rain would have made it one sopping mess. My heart begins to pound as I near a familiar landmark, an old trestle bridge that spans the valley next to the range. All that preparation is about to come into action. As they say, the battle is the payoff. The MRPC's 25-yard indoor range is one of only 2 like it in the state. Built new in 2008, its state-of-the-art facilities far exceed the primitive training grounds accessible to the colonists of the 1770s. Top that with the best rifles modern technology has developed, and 21st century Americans ought to easily surpass the marksmanship skill of the founders. Or can they? My job starts with setting up. I'm expecting my fellow instructor, Andrew Borneman, to be joining me shortly, and with only a half hour before people start showing up, there's no time to lose. Soon, yesterday's rifle owners are going to be given the tools that can transform them into riflemen. Rule number 1, always keep the muzzle in a safe direction. Number 2, do not load until given the load command. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until the sights are on the target. Lastly, make sure those around you follow the safety rules. It's amusing as an instructor to see new attendees making the same old shooting errors everyone else makes. As we tell them, there's no secret to good shooting. If you follow the 6 steps of firing a shot, build a good solid position, and apply the tricks we teach you, anyone can be an expert rifleman. Lunchtime is always a welcome break. Or well, not exactly for an instructor. Generally, we don't get more than a bite or two before it's time to leave the next item on the agenda, history. But telling stories of ordinary men and their families who rose to the challenge of preserving liberty for future generations is key to the mission of Appleseed. Shooting connects us with our heritage, but its willingness to dedicate our lives to the reconstruction of a righteous American culture that will bring about lasting influence. Back at the range, it's time to take the complexity up a notch. Keeping in mind everyone's differing skill levels, we get you to the point where you're comfortable doing timed rapid fire, mag changes, position changes, and target shifts, driving home the point that marksmanship is an eminently practical skill. This is also the time where attendees prove their mettle on the Army Qualification Test, or AQT. Anyone making 210 points or more well deserves the rifleman badge they receive. This is also where an instructor's job is most rewarding, seeing the students really catching on, loving it, and making some serious scores downrange.
Line ready on the right.
233.
Line ready on the
Good
left.
solid rifleman score.
All ready on the line. Fire!
It's hard to believe the event is all over. New friendships have been made and skills have been honed. These students learned that the call of duty has never been stronger. America is at a crossroads in her history. We need a revival of study in the ideology of the founders. What did they believe that led them to act the way they did? While the bullet box need not be opened, America needs to return to the same foundations that won our nation after 8 long years of bloody conflict. Will you rise to the challenge?